Hello, Chem students. Today we're discussing types of variables. So, what are the different types of variables? The first type is the independent variable. That is the variable that the scientist, or you, changes when performing an experiment. It is independent, which means nothing should cause this variable to change except you. Therefore, it's independent. The independent variable affects the dependent variable, or this is the thing that makes the dependent variable change. So if I wanted to see the type of dog food my dog ate the most of, the variable that I would change would be the type of dog food. So the type of dog food would be the independent variable. Independent variables are always graphed on the x-axis. The next type of variable is the dependent variable, and that variable changes because of the independent variable. And it is also the variable that you measure. So let's go back to the type of dog food experiment. What changes depending on the independent variable or the type of dog food? Well, it would be the amount of food that my dog ate. So the amount of food would be the dependent variable. It's the variable that I will measure and the variable that will change because of the type of dog food, or the independent variable. The dependent variable is always graphed on the y-axis. The third and last type of variable we're going to discuss is the control variable, or variables. This is the variable that must be controlled or cannot change because of any other variable. So in my dog food experiment, the things I would want to remain constant so they do not affect the dependent variable or the amount of food that my dog eats could be maybe feeding at the same time every day, because my dog could be more hungry at night than she is in the morning, and I would not want that to change the amount that she ate. I only want the type of food to change the amount that she eats. Constant temperature is also a common control variable. Now, let's practice. So we have a claim by a vacuum cleaner manufacturer that their vacuum is guaranteed to pick up 20% more dirt than other leading bagged vacuum brands. So how could you test this claim? Well, first you would need several different brands of vacuum cleaners, because you have to test against this one, and you would run it over the same amount of dirt and measure the amount of dirt remaining. So what would be the beginning question, or the problem? Well, that would be, which vacuum picks up the most dirt? So what would be the independent variable in this claim, or the variable that I would change? The variable that I would change in here is the type of vacuum, because I'm comparing it to other vacuum cleaners. What would be your dependent variable, or the variable that changes because of the brand of vacuum changes? Well, that should be the amount of dirt picked up. What could be some control variables, or the variables that you want to keep constant because you don't want it to affect the amount of dirt that each vacuum picks up? Well, using only bagged vacuums, there are some vacuum cleaners out there like the Dyson that doesn't have a bag. So it would be more difficult to get the dirt or measure the dirt in an unbagged vacuum cleaner. The same type of dirt, you don't want to put some fine sand on one vacuum and then some heavy clay dirt in another type of vacuum. You want all the dirt to be the same. The amount of dirt, you don't want to vary the amount of dirt. You don't want to put less dirt in some vacuum under some vacuums and more dirt under other vacuums. That could affect the amount of dirt that each vacuum picks up. And lastly, all bags empty in the beginning. There are other control variables that you could use and would want to. These are just a few. Thanks for watching.